Hello and welcome to Kahani Bar. Kahani Bar is a cocktail of stories in English and in Hindustani. I am Payal and today's story is by Guy de Maupassant, a French author and playwright, also celebrated as the master of short stories. Today's story is A Wife's Confession. She had been ill for a long time. The doctors came every day, shook their heads, whispered together, and went away again. She lay motionless in the large bed, her face pale, her eyes unnaturally bright, her hands thin and restless on the white sheet. Her husband watched her constantly. He hardly left her side. At times, he took her burning hands in his. At times, he leaned over her to catch her faint breathing. He loved her deeply, with the quiet devotion of a man who had built his whole life around one being. One evening, she called him to her. "Come nearer," she said in a low voice. He bent down, his face full of anxiety. "I must speak to you," she went on. "I feel that I am dying." "No," he murmured, trying to smile. "You will get better." The doctor, she interrupted him with a slow movement of her hand. "No, I know. Listen to me. I have something to tell you." He felt a sudden chill pass through him. He sat down beside the bed and waited. "You have always been good to me," she said. "Kind, gentle, patient. I owe you the truth." He looked at her with frightened eyes. "What truth?" he asked. She hesitated as though gathering strength. "Before I married you," she began, "I loved another man." He started violently. "Another man?" he repeated. "Yes, I was young, foolish, carried away. I loved him passionately. He promised to marry me, swore that nothing could part us. I believed him." Her voice trembled. She paused a moment, then continued. "But he left me. One day he went away without explanation, without farewell. I never saw him again." Tears rolled slowly down her cheeks. "When you asked me to marry you," she went on, "I accepted because I was heartbroken. Because I wanted peace, protection, forgetfulness. You gave me all that. You were good to me, and I tried to be a good wife." Her husband remained silent, pale, his eyes fixed on her. "But I must tell you everything," she said. "That man, I loved him more than life." She closed her eyes for a moment, exhausted. "And now?" her husband asked at last in a hollow voice. "Do you still love him?" She opened her eyes again and looked straight at him. "No," she said slowly. "No, I loved him once, but I have loved you since. I swear it." He drew a long breath. "Why tell me this now?" he asked. "Because I'm dying," she replied, "and because I could not leave this world without asking your forgiveness." "Forgiveness?" he repeated bitterly. "For what?" "For having given you my hand when my heart was still wounded. For having married you while another man was still in my memory." He rose, walked a few steps away, then came back and stood beside the bed. "You have been my wife," he said gravely. "You have been faithful. What more can I ask?" She seized his hand with sudden strength. "Then you forgive me?" He bent over her and kissed her forehead. "Yes," he said softly, "I forgive you." A faint smile passed over her lips. "Thank you," she murmured. A few moments later, she was dead. He remained alone beside the bed. looking at her motionless face. And for the first time since their marriage, he felt that there had always been between them something he had never known, something hidden, silent, and forever beyond his reach. The famous Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage." This is Payal signing off. If you enjoy our narrations, please follow Kahani Bar, share and leave your comments. And also do let us know what kind of stories would you like to continue listening to. It helps us bring in more classic and other stories to life. Until we meet again, take good care of yourselves.